Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's have a look on the gold market. So last week was absolutely perfect to us. It's a great result and targets have been achieved very fast. We actually haven't expected that it will be just in one session, because we set two targets, 29.15, 29.90 if you remember. But it has happened. Of course, but not without external support. That's what comes mostly every day on the market, but still result remains the same. So what we're going to do in the next week? Gold situation on the gold market looks absolutely perfect. So the actually fact that market is reaching the targets earlier than expected, and market already stands in the levels that major banks and big banks were expecting should be reached by the end of the year. And that indicates the big existence of the big support and big demand on this market. Our investigation on the background that we have currently, economical, political, in a recent report that we prepared today on the gold market, led us to identify additional driving factors for the gold. Details you could read, but speaking shortly, this is situation in the small business sector in the United States. It stands in a very bad shape. Second is problems in Japan. Currently it seems somewhere far that has no direct relation to the global market, but in fact it's not quite so. And if in Japan it will be a really big boom to the downside, that will echo and spread across the global market very fast. You actually could see this year, last year in August, what has happened, and that was just a repetition. So it might be much worse, especially it will start from the banking sector, because banking sector in Japan stands in very poor conditions. They have very low return on equity, and with a really big assets, and it's enough to just put the assets down for 0.25% when all banks will stay and break even without any profit. So it's really very tricky situation. And the third moment, although actually currently everybody watching on the global political processes, but we think that the major risk currently comes from the inside of the United States. Yes, we have avoided the shutdown, which is great, and it's postponed to September, but a lot of other things exist. So, particularly speaking, the efforts of the Elon Musk to cut the budget deficit. We think that it's absolutely unreal task, and now we see that pressure and some informative attack on Elon Musk increasing. So they are accused that he doesn't pay attention to his business, where he has to manage in Tesla, Starlink, X, SpaceX. So he actually pay no attention to the problems of the companies and spend all time in the Oval Cabinet. And actually, even there, based on the posts in the X network, he spent some really big time in the virtual reality instead of paying attention to the big problems. And the second is that actually it is unreal totally to decrease the budget deficit just because of the structure. When it will become clear, this was just the population, that's kind of the populistic slogan that have been used for election purposes in the United States for population. But in reality, it is just not possible because of the structure. We already talked about this in the Telegram. And when this will become evident, the pressure inside of inside the United States in political affairs and the struggle between the Democrats and the former global elites and the Donald Trump administration will come on the next stage. It will be a really big thing. So taking it all together, we do not see any risks currently for current tendency on the globe. So from one point of view, this is good because we could keep our long-term investment positions. But from another one, we will be thankful for moderate pullback to get more. But unfortunately, it seems that currently we don't have yet the chance. So returning back to the very short-term perspective, what we have. Market right now stands at overbought. It stands at overbought on the daily chart and on the monthly. On the weekly, we do not have an overbought. That's why next week we try to keep an eye on the 30-40 level. This is next upside target. It is based on some extensions on the weekly chart. So if you would like to, you could find it in the report. And also some intraday targets also stands in the 30-40. So for us, actually nothing is changing, but we're just keep going with the patterns that we already have in place. So on Friday, it was the first stage. And you could see that market has reached our targets, and the next week it will be already next stage. Meantime, on the daily chart, you could see that market still is overextended to the upside and stands at overbought. So that's why we will be thankful for some bounce. Maybe not big bounce, maybe not as deep as the 29-40 retesting of this top, but at least some minor relief. It will be just great to get. It means that on Monday we still think that we should keep an eye on and see whether we will get it or not. On the 4 time frame chart, you could see that actually following the same butterfly that we already stand with, you get the same targets in 30-40. It's a 1618 extension of the butterfly, and XOP, the inner ABCD pattern to the butterfly, stands absolutely in the same area. Acceleration here to the OP target is also a good sign to see further action to the XOP, maybe after some pullback. Speaking about the pullback level, so on hourly chart, for truth's sake, drop to the 29.4, it would be perfect by a few reasons. First of all, here is very important support cluster stand. If you take a look what we have, that's actually former resistance support area and the confluence. Also, this is usually minimum target for respect of the butterfly extension. Usually it shows the 30% retracement, and this makes this first extension is completed. But personally, I have some doubts that we will get so deep retracement. That's why at the first test, I think that we could try to use 2960, and which is actually the previous top, and actually upper border of this consolidation. If it will be at least the 2960, that's already will be not bad. Besides, here is where you could see the minor hand shoulders is forming on the top, and these head and shoulders could let market to complete 2960. So some ABCD down, even if it will be XOP, it will stand around 2960. So this level seems a bit more realistic in the current situation. Of course, if we will get some big collapse, we will not be hurry up with the position taking. But if it will be very slow and gradual choppy retracement, then I think that 2960 might be used as the first area to consider long position taking, while the confluence, it might be a great area where you could hide your stops below this area. So that and towards the strategy for next week, and see what will we get on Monday opening, and in general what will happen on Monday.